Katie.
And I'm Kay.
And you're listening to the Babes of Quinte podcast. We're going.
Oh, we're going. Look at that.
I know.
How's it going?
It's going. Didn't cry today.
I didn't cry today either.
What?
That's actually
That's
surprising.
A record. Usually one of us cries.
Well, you know what? I think I'm due for break.
A break?
From crying. I think I didn't cry, though, because I didn't have time to think about crying because I got my cavity filled this morning.
At Family Dental Center. How was it?
It was great.
Yeah?
I don't remember the dentist's name, but I do know I feel old whenever I'm around him.
Because he's young.
Because he's like a child. And I'm like, damn it, you're so smart.
I know.
And yeah, no, I definitely felt a little old. There was a co-op student that was watching the whole thing.
Oh, that's cool.
They seemed very nice. I popped in an audiobook and
I forgot to take my
took a nap.
AirPods to the dentist last time, but I need to next time.
It's game changing.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gonna do it. I had a list of things I wrote down to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
That list is on my desk downstairs.
Lovely.
Let's try and go through it.
Quinte Women in Business Christmas
Event?
Party?
I think it was
Party?
the
I
party
don't
last night we went to.
Is it a party?
It was fun.
Yeah.
Got
we
to
met
see
so many.
Jenny.
Shout out Jenny.
Love that lady. Met Stephanie from Mops Inc.
She is so cool.
So cool. She gives me such CEO, powerful woman vibes, and I love it.
I know. I'm just kind of like, how do I be you?
I was like, can you be my mentor? I hope to have her on. And Margaret Hatchie.
Yeah.
She was wild. I really want to have her on.
Badass.
Yeah. Just a lot of cool women.
Yeah. And yeah, just like so many nice people.
Yeah. And it is scary getting out there after COVID again.
I was terrified, to be completely honest.
Oh, I know you were.
Social
We do
anxiety.
different things with our social anxiety. My body chooses to black out, and then fun networking Katie comes out.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it.
I black out, I think. No, I don't know. I'm learning a lot about masking.
Right, yes.
I think I mask. I'm like,
Yeah,
this
that's
is what
probably
people
what it is.
react well to.
It's exhausting, though.
I'm usually pretty tired after social events.
Yeah, same. I just have to take a nap.
Yeah. But I did go home and watch The White Lotus. It's all the rage. Have you watched it?
I watched like the first episode.
It's weird. Everyone keeps telling me you got to keep watching it. So I'm going to be on episode 4 tonight.
Okay.
I'll let you know. It's weird. It's got that weird music, like a Euphoria vibes where like there's music and weird camera angles but everyone says it's great. So I'm buckled into it.
I couldn't watch Euphoria. It was like, it
like
triggered my anxiety.
Yeah, and I feel like
really
there's
hard
trauma.
Yeah.
Like if you had any sort of like weird high school
moments. Yeah, like
it can be very triggering.
No, it didn't fly with me, but that's okay. I heard it's a really great show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What am I watching right now?
Yeah, what are you watching?
Too Hot to Handle.
Love that.
Give me like the trashiest, like grossest reality TV shows. Points if it's dating.
Is Too Hot to Handle dating?
Yeah, so it's people who are like sex crazed. Like they're unapologetic. Who is staring at
Jeanette,
us?
come in here. Jeanette's here.
Hi, Jeanette.
She's coming on. She's coming
on the
radio.
intro.
Hi.
Hello.
You're coming here. I thought you were going to your brother's.
Yeah.
Join the podcast. Sit down.
Oh, I don't want to do it.
No,
It's just the intro.
It's just the intro.
Alrighty.
And you're not on the radio. Hello, Jeanette.
Hello.
That's how she answers the phone.
Oh, that's how you answer the phone.
Yeah, sometimes aloha.
Can you move your microphone up?
Just put it in front of your face.
How panicked are you right now?
100%.
I can't even hear you, so.
That's it. Whisper, hide.
There we go.
Do you want me to turn your mic off?
Yeah. Unless you really want me to do this.
No, we'll just listen. Are you okay to listen to this?
Yeah, I'll just be in the corner.
Okay, classic boyfriend. One thing I wanted to tell you, it's funny now too because Jeanette's in here. I kind of already told you, but I want to tell the people.
Okay.
So Jeanette and I were trying to find like a new brand of dog food for our dogs.
Yes.
And we like the brand we're using, but it is quite expensive. So because I try to be frugal, we went to PV Mart, and I was looking at ingredients, looking at prices. None of the prices were correct.
What?
Like the prices.
Oh, like not in the range you want.
No, like the bag, I thought it was going to be $36. I took to the front. It was $53. And I was like, that's not
how pricing
really
works.
But I think they just had it labeled wrong. But so I need to see her face. So I was hot and stressed, but Jeanette was like, I'm going to go look at the clothes. Can I tell this story? Okay. Because it's kind of funny on my part. So Jeanette went, and I'm still looking at the bags, and I'm holding my wallet. I have my belt bag. I have nothing in my belt bag. I'm holding everything. And then I set a dog toy I had picked up in my wallet down, and my wallet bounced off the bag of dog food and went behind like the shelving. So then I had to take all the bags off the shelf and climb into the shelf to find my wallet. One, I'm horrible at finding things. So then I started like panic being like, Jeanette, but she was too far away. And then I finally found my wallet, and then I was sweating at this point. My hat was off, and I went to the front, and there's Jeanette. I was like, let's go. I've had enough of this. So went back to the regular dog food.
It's just not worth it.
Not worth it. No. You look cute.
Thanks.
Both of you. Okay, this week's guest.
Wait.
Okay.
Wait, there was something I wanted to talk about. Now I forget. Oh, okay. So maybe this is a next week conversation because we have our Secret Santa on Friday at the office. So maybe I'll talk about this next week because I already have you.
Yeah, I know.
So it's not very secret, but I haven't told you. And Jeanette said I'm going to make you cry.
So we'll update you all because Jeanette's helping you, right?
Yes.
Kind of.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
Possibly more help. We don't know. This is, it's getting
You guys are sneaky. You guys dating.
In secret.
Imagine. Surprise.
this is your Secret Santa.
Secret Santa.
I'm dating your girlfriend.
Spaghetti. It'd be hilarious. Trouble life.
What?
Trouble. It's like a 3-person.
Oh, I didn't know what
that
is.
Poly. I think.
Okay.
Anywho.
So
I think
old.
I might have made up. No, that's a term. Yeah.
I think it's thruple.
Thruple. Why do my friends and I say trouble?
Because you're you.
True. This week's guest came in with so much energy, like matched our energy.
Love.
I didn't know what to expect, and it was everything.
I was still hoping for baby.
Yeah, she didn't bring in Restaurant Baby.
Yeah.
So without further ado, please enjoy our conversation with Phuong from Saigon Wellington. Today we are chatting with a Belleville lifer. She grew up in Belleville working at her family's restaurant. She later attended the Humber Jazz Music Program and later the York University Family Practice Nurse Practitioner Program. That is a mouthful. She ultimately returned to Quinte with her partner to start back at the family restaurant. It is a no-nonsense Chinese and Vietnamese restaurant. You may know it as Saigon Restaurant Wellington. Her family focuses on food made to order to decrease the amount of food waste. Her social media will light up your life as she shares her family's restaurant life. This includes mom, kids, partner, and siblings. She is a true hustler as she packs orders with a baby strapped to her. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, we are excited to be welcoming Phuong from Saigon Restaurant Wellington to the pod.
How long have you guys worked?
7 years.
7 years? Wow.
Yeah.
I've been here. This is my family business. So
This is your family?
So technically I started when I was I think I was at events when I was.
Oh my God. So you've always been here. So
and then I tried to work other places, but
no.
didn't love it.
Yes, I know.
No one tells you. Yeah.
Never.
Now I say I'm Kay's assistant.
Katie and Kay. Oh,
yeah.
so cute.
And then when I was coming back, she was like, I had an idea for a podcast. And, and they were very similar. And then she had the name and we were like,
no, it's such a good
Let's
name.
do
Yeah.
it.
And your stickers and everything are so cute too.
Yeah, she has one for you.
Oh, what I forgot. I was going to bring a sticker for you.
but I have magnets.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we're getting stickers.
This is so cute. Did you guys get them done? Yes, they're so cute. Oh, I love them. I love them. Thank you so much. I know I should have brought you. There's like, you should put a sticker on the flower. I was like, I forgot mine too. Yeah.
I love
next
that.
time I'll put it for you.
Love plants.
Yeah.
We are big plant people here.
We're
Okay,
big
good.
plant
Because it's a
people.
money tree. It's Asian and you'll be successful for your business.
Oh. We're going to put it in Kay's office.
Yes.
We need that.
Yeah.
2 ice cubes once a week. That's
Yes,
all.
it's like the orchids, right? The orchids, you're supposed to do that too.
I have ice cube. I brought an ice cube tray.
I know.
It's
So
in the
don't let it
freezer.
die. Don't let it die.
I'm not gonna let it die.
She has like so many plant
Yeah,
babies.
no, like some of these plants moved from my
is that a
office.
Christmas one, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the Christmas one. The pink one behind him was really angry in my office.
Yes.
Because there's no real natural light. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has no windows.
Yeah.
So Katie, did you go to school for? Is this what you went to?
I went to school for advertising. And then I think, I can't remember what it was. It was like there's an ad agency downtown.
Yes.
And I knew Sean and Sean knew John.
Yes.
And Sean's like, you need Kay.
Aw.
Yeah, that worked well.
And then that kind of, yeah.
And Katie, did you go to school?
I went to Queens for environmental studies, and then I went.
Oh my God, something totally different.
And then I went to school, and then I did a college program for like planning, and then I worked in like environmental planning.
Oh, which is
it
not
was
a good start.
so boring.
Yes,
I was so bored reading bylaws all the time. And I had like a mental breakdown at my desk.
Oh,
and
no, I don't mean I'm laughing. At
no,
that.
it's funny. It was honestly now I do laugh at my mental meltdowns.
I think we've always been
right?
there. Yeah.
We all
And
have
so I was working remotely. So my mom came to where I was and she just watched me cry. And then I was like, I hate my job.
Yeah.
And then she was like, I'm sure dad would take you back. And I was like, thank you. Okay, perfect.
So now you know, yeah.
Yeah. And like, I love it. We get to create content and like be creative.
Yes. That's a
which
big
is
deal.
completely. Sorry, I need to turn the dings off on
the
this,
dings
and I
off.
don't know how to
Problem.
do that.
But you also, because you said you went to school for.
Yes. So I have a
Yeah, I was like, you also did what we did.
Yeah, so I did the same thing. So we had this restaurant. So we used to be in Trenton. Right. Yeah. So we were in Trenton. We were at a restaurant called Trade Winds, right?
Okay.
And then my parents, like ever since I was like, we were in Belleville across from McDonald's. Like there's a tattoo shop there.
Yeah.
So our restaurant, that was our first restaurant there. Yeah. It was like this like little restaurant. And then when my dad came, he was like, are you recording?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. So when we first came over, he was working at Sunlit Gardens. I don't know if you guys, it's a really, really probably before your time.
No, was it what was it?
It
A
was
restaurant?
destroyed. It was like a high restaurant with black and white beside the McDonald's there. And they just tore it down like a few years ago.
Is this on like front?
Yes. So
Okay.
it's called Sunlit Gardens.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes,
So it
I
was
remember. I don't remember the actual build. I moved here, I think, like 12 years ago.
Yes.
13 years ago. So I always remember driving by the building and be like, that's so pretty. I just want to do something with it.
Yeah. So it was an old like staple, like
Yeah.
Chinese restaurant here. So when
Yes, I do know what you're
Yes,
talking about.
yeah.
Okay, yes.
gave my dad a job. So my dad was cooking there and
yeah.
my mom was waitressing there. Yeah.
Is that how they met? Or
No, so we were refugees when we first came over. So
okay.
we came over in the 1980s and
Okay.
we were boat people. And then in this area, they're accepting, just like the Ukrainian, they're accepting all the people from Vietnam. So we were actually boat people. We went from Vietnam to Malaysia. We were there for 2 months and I was just a baby at the time. And then they accepted us to Montreal. And from Montreal, we came to Belleville.
Wow.
Yeah. And we were actually sponsored by a church, like a Pentecostal church.
Wow.
We actually-
No
way.
Yeah. So the Pentecostal church right here, we were like sponsored by them, Mr. and Mrs. Saint, actually. And then that's what I know. I'm not
That's
kidding you. I'm not kidding
crazy.
you. That's their name. So they came and then they gave us food and everything. And then when we first came, like my parents didn't know, like we lived on Ann Street, downtown.
I live on Ann Street.
Yes.
I
But
live
before it was really
yeah,
rough.
I feel like it was a little.
Yes.
It's like still like sometimes I'm like
Is it
that's
rough?
a weird house.
Yes,
or like that's
but
weird.
they're
but
beautiful old
they're
houses.
gorgeous old houses.
Yeah. So
That's
if
so
they were in
funny.
Toronto, they'd be like,
Yeah, they'd be great.
I wish that area would be developed
Yeah.
too. It
Yeah.
will. It will.
It will. It's coming. Yeah.
It's so gorgeous. So we were there, and then my mom worked at Burger King. My dad, so my dad started cooking Chinese food, and then basically they were at Sunluck, and then they decided to open up their own restaurant, and then we did. That was our first restaurant.
The one in the Metro Plaza.
No, the one across.
Oh yeah. Okay.
The one, and then my dad, he was used to cooking like like real Chinese food,
Yeah.
you know, like that people don't know.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that
yeah.
chicken balls, yeah. So like he would make like, you know, like real Chinese, and then no one came, right?
You gotta make like the stuff people are comfortable with.
I know. So he got used to making like Canadian Chinese food, like chicken balls.
Like white people
Like
Chinese.
chicken balls and what is that orange sauce? I don't know what it is.
I know.
Sugar.
Yes,
is that all?
it is.
Yeah, it is.
Literally sugar.
Yes, the red sauce, right?
Yeah,
And
The red
lemon
sauce, sweet and
everything.
sour sauce.
Yes,
Like what-
yes, and the lemon chicken sauce.
Yeah.
And then he used to do Canadian dishes. So he did
Okay.
coconut cream pies.
Oh.
We did every hot hamburger sandwiches. He used to have trout with the head on it.
Oh my God.
That's so cool. You're like, no, it's not. I actually think that's really cool.
I remember waitressing when I was young, and I would bring it out to people, and it would just be like the head, and but everyone got used to it.
Yeah.
And then some people would come in and only order Canadian food. Like it would be,
Really?
yeah, to our Chinese restaurant. Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, because they loved it, right?
Yeah.
And then my dad did cooking classes in at Loyalist too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when he was really young, and I think I have some pictures on my Instagram of it.
I saw your
Yeah.
mom recently at
You did?
Loyalist.
You
Like,
did? Oh, yeah, the
she was
baking?
baking. I saw those photos. I was
yes.
like,
So my mom at the time, she was like basically she had to learn everything too. So she didn't
Okay.
know Chinese. My dad like spoke Chinese. He's the one that wanted to do the restaurant. She didn't want to do it. And then once they started doing it, she had to learn everything. And then basically like she knows Chinese now. She
Okay.
knows like all that stuff. My parents they're separated, but
Okay.
we're what's it called when you're civil
you're,
too.
yeah.
You're just
Yeah.
What is that?
what's it called?
You're like co-parenting.
Co-parents, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everything works really well
Yeah.
together. So we're like my parents, like when my dad comes over, he lives with my mom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's totally
where
good.
where in Vietnam are your parents from?
Ho Chi Minh City. So
Ho
we're
Chi
like the
Minh.
big,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
big city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, my favorite place to go is Thailand, but the last time we went, we did Vietnam and Thailand.
Oh my gosh.
So we just did
Yeah,
the
yeah,
coast, like the classic down. So we started in Hanoi.
Hanoi, yes,
And worked
yes.
our way down. And I was saying
How
to
did you
Kay,
travel? Do you take the train? Did you fly?
we flew because
Yes,
like it's so
cheaper.
cheap and
It is
you're
cheap.
not traveling like
so we would.
so
Everyone flies too.
it's like, but you're flying so low. That started my fear of flying. Like
Yes.
I'm such a good flyer. And then when you fly in Southeast Asia to different,
Yes,
you're
it's
not
scary.
going super high. You're
know.
just like bouncing along. And I was
Yeah.
like, it's
And they
fine.
don't care. No one cares.
No
Everyone's
one
like,
cares. Yeah, everyone's asleep. And I'm just like, guys, I think we're going down.
And the train is scarier, right?
Yeah, I heard. And like, I
Yes.
heard the buses were,
Yeah, yeah.
the buses are a lot. I'm like, trauma tears just from
Oh
that
my
plane
God.
ride. It was good though.
Yeah. And that was
but
Hanoi down. Yeah.
that was Hanoi down. But I was saying to Kay, like the hottest place I've ever been was
Yes.
Hoi An,
Yes.
where we literally tried to walk around
can't.
and you can't like,
No.
I think it was 40 plus
Yes.
and then humidity on top of that.
You have to stay inside. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to stay inside.
We tried to do like the touristy thing and
No,
walk
no.
around. And I made my whenever I travel, I go to like the markets, like
Yes,
the little, like
yes.
all those markets. And like it was just like a pig head.
Yeah.
And my one friend was like, nope, we're
Yeah.
leaving. I was like,
And
okay.
the meat's on the street.
Yeah, the
right?
meat's just
You don't
like
care.
out.
Yeah.
They're just like swinging
Yeah.
stuff so
and
the
there's
flies stay away.
everywhere. I know.
I love it. I
Yeah.
live for. I'm like.
So
I'm
when
like
I go
going
back to
market.
Vietnam, I actually don't eat any meat.
Really?
Yes, I eat seafood and I eat the vegetables and stuff.
I will say my friend got severely sick
Yes.
after a pork banh mi.
Yes.
So I was a vegetarian when I went.
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
eating the meat, but
Yeah.
now I'll take
Because it
that.
kind of reduces the chances of you getting sick.
Yeah. Yeah,
Just
yeah,
like
yeah.
traveling, it's just, you know.
Yeah,
'cause-
it's a little questionable sometimes.
yeah,
but-
totally.
No,
Oh,
sorry,
that's
that
so
was
good.
my
So
little-
you went there, did you go to Ho Chi Minh too?
Yeah, we went to Ho Chi
Oh,
Minh.
okay.
That was like our last stop. It was beautiful. It's definitely more of like a city.
Yes, yes. Very, you can see it. What year did you go to? When?
I was there in 2019.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
So the same time as us.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
at the same time. So you saw it develop.
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy,
and
eh?
It's
Yeah.
wild too because I thought Bangkok was a big city.
Yes, no.
And then you go to Ho Chi Minh and it's like double this.
yes.
It's huge.
And the cars.
Yeah.
And the streets. And cars
It's
in the street.
crazy.
Yes, yes. What month did you go?
We were there in May.
In May.
So
Okay,
very
good.
hot
Yes.
still, but yeah.
So a lot of people don't go during the summer
No.
because it's so hot. It's so
Okay.
hot. Yeah.
yeah, like people are like, don't go to
Yeah.
Southeast Asia in
Yeah.
the summer. And you're
Yeah.
like, it's fine.
I know. I can take the heat.
It's
right?
all
Yeah,
these
yeah.
like white college kid tourists.
Yes. A lot of Australians, right? A lot of people from Australia, but a lot of college because it's so cheap,
It's
right?
so cheap.
Yeah,
it's like
so
expensive to fly, but then once you're there, you're.
But you know what? When you're downtown in city, it's almost the same as over here, right? In the tourist areas, it's really expensive now too. And they're building. It's kind of sad because they're It's like it changes so much every time we go back there that it's like.
Do you like all of it, or just like Ho Chi Minh, or like all of Vietnam? Do you feel
starting to? Yeah, resorts and all that stuff, right? A lot of people come in, but I heard since COVID, my dad says it's kind of standstill. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can talk about. I'm just gonna say one more thing about traveling. I was gonna say the one sad thing. You know the islands, like kind of like off the coast, north of.
Like Hawaiian and all that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we did like a party boat cruise up there because that's what you have to do. Yeah. And it was just so sad. All of the garbage in the water. I was like, oh.
You think it's clean?
It's not.
It's disgusting because they don't have the infrastructures. Yeah. That's what we do, right? They don't know how to really clean. It looks clean, but they don't know how to.
Yeah. So that was like, I was like, oh, the party boats are not cleaning up after themselves.
No, they don't care there. But it's like that in Thailand.
Yeah.
Every country,
same.
Right?
Yeah.
Every country. Oh, that's so good.
Sorry, that was my
so
little.
You have to go. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to Vietnam.
I've been like nowhere. I've been to Chicago.
Well, you have
Portland,
kids. That's why.
And that is yes.
So ever since I have kids, I haven't gone anywhere. Yeah.
So how many kids? You have 2 kids? 3 kids?
I have 3 kids.
Okay.
So during like when we moved back here in 2014. Like
Where were you?
In Toronto, right?
Okay.
So we moved back here in 2014, and basically my partner came with me, and then I think I had my first. I've had 4 kids. I had 3 kids in like 4 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You went for it.
I know. We did. Yeah. So it's
that's
like,
wild.
Yeah. That's like crazy.
So what are the ages?
So
then?
I have a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 9-month-old.
Holy.
Yeah. So just and then I do a restaurant.
Yeah, like the video of you making calls with a baby strapped to you, I'm like, do it. You're doing it. Okay.
But that's what you have to do, right?
Yeah.
And then with COVID, it was kind of like, we had to have them there, right? But then I don't send the kids to it's just with we were raised in the restaurant. We didn't have babysitters or anything. Yeah. So my mom's like, okay, the kids just come to the restaurant, right? Yeah. And when we shut our dining room down, it worked so well during COVID. Yeah. So it was really good. And then we had 1, and then we had 2, and then now we have 3. And now basically our dining room,
I'll show you.
I have like a slide. Like your kid will love it. I have a slide. I have a playground. It looks like our living room in there. And we don't have a wall up that. I just put boxes up. It's like a regular, it's like a real Asian restaurant, right? And I'm like, no one can see. I just have all these boxes, and our poor customers, right? They just want to eat.
Yeah, and you're like, no, the kids will be very angry. Yeah.
And my customers come in, and mostly our seniors, right? Yeah. They really miss that. But honestly, we can't. We don't have the people structure. We don't have I would have to waitress. Yeah. I could before, but not now. No. Yeah, I did with Vincent with my first one. Yeah. And that was hard, but now it's just.
Well, not with 3.
That's and you have to make choices now, right? My parents, they were at the point they're working 7 days a week. Mm-hmm. I think they were working. We used to close at 2:00 in the morning. I used to sit there at midnight, do my homework, and
oh my gosh,
you were like a restaurant kid. Yeah,
but that's what they had to do because they were coming over here and they were they were just hustling, right? So they used to open 7 days a week. 1 year for Christmas, I think their present was they closed Sunday. Yeah. So that was amazing. Yeah. So they actually closed, and then so now that my mom's retiring, my brother and I are taking over the restaurant. We're kind of okay, so now we only do 5 days a week.
Nice.
We only do supper time, 5 to 8.
Those boundaries.
Yeah, right. It's so important.
I know, but I it's hard for people to understand. Yeah, right?
Yeah. Well, it's you have a life too. It's shocking. I know.
Yes. So and people but our customers are so used to it now. Mm-hmm. They're so used to it, and the whole everyone's the whole pre-ordering or ordering system, and so I'm always busy. People are used to emailing me orders now. So they email me orders. They can call my older customers. They call and leave messages, and I had to sort that all out. But yeah, it's we had to kind of figure it out. And people were like, are you going to open the dining room? That's the big thing, right? Yeah. And I always tell people now, I'm just no, we're not. Maybe when, right. right?
No.
Yeah, maybe when the kids get older and everything, and they can waiter. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
But,
Yeah.
like at this point, we can't. And then like they'll come in and they just stare at the boxes.
Let me through the boxes.
I know.
And
then
the children are behind there just like, I'm here.
Yeah, totally. So they don't. Yeah,
I feel like my partner's family are farmers.
Yes.
And so my partner's sister has 4 girls.
Yes.
And I feel like restaurant kids and farm kids,
Yes.
I'm seeing a lot of similarities. Like
Yes.
Marie used to farm because they have Millie who's 4.
Yes.
And then Abby was a surprise.
Yes, yes.
And so there was a point where Marie would do chores with like them strapped
Yeah.
to each side of her.
Yeah.
Like you moms are just hustling.
Well, and the thing is, I think they're so used to being close of you, and you have to work, right?
Yeah.
You have no choice, right?
Mhm.
So I think that, and they get used to it too. So just like I said, the kids, like, they're doing everything we're doing, they're learning all that. And I never clicked about, like, to tell you the truth, when I was like young, I hated the restaurant. You know, you get to
Yeah.
the point where I was just like, this is I miss out on weekends. I missed out on so much stuff, right? Because I always had to work.
yeah.
When my friends wanted to visit me, they actually had to come to the restaurant and just sit and hang out with me during the slow time,
Yeah.
right? I know. Like, I would actually have my friends come and sit
Yeah.
with me and hang out because that's the only time they would see me, right? And I remember, like, at one point I was like doing dishes and I was just like, I'm never doing this ever again, right? But you never say never.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, right? You never say never.
Yeah.
And then you end up always coming back. So,
Yeah.
and my mom's like, I knew you would come back. And everything.
I was waiting for you.
Yeah.
So what year did you move to Wellington?
So we moved to Wellington. We left the restaurant. It was funny. We didn't tell anyone because every time my parents leave a location, they just shut They're crazy. Yeah, they're crazy. My mom's like, and I was like, Mom, why do you do that? And she's like, it makes me really sad to say goodbye. So when we closed the Belleville one,
Yeah.
we were like, we knew because our lease was coming up.
Mhm.
And then, like, we didn't know where we were going. Like, we had no idea. We didn't even know what we were doing. And then we didn't tell anyone. So then, like, it came like last minute. Dr. Tucker, he's a dentist here. Dr.
Yeah, it
Tucker.
sounds familiar.
So he owned the spot where we are in Wellington.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then there was a restaurant there and they closed down. So then he told us last minute. And then it worked out perfectly because I bought the house beside. Yeah. So it was like
Oh.
Better.
I know. So it worked out so good. We bought the house, like, so we lived at the house beside, like, and then so we got the spot and then we didn't tell anyone. Like, we were just like, so I was pregnant and
Yeah.
then I was pregnant with my first one and we were cleaning up. We moved all our restaurant equipment up there. One customer, Mr. Mir, is our one customer. He actually would come and drive. He's like he comes up to he drives from Belleville to get our food out too. He followed us and actually would come in and he knew that we left, but we didn't tell anyone when we left. Yeah.
Oh, that's so sneaky.
And
I
a
love
lot
that.
of people still, even now, they're like, oh my God, I found you. Yeah.
Well, now that I've put it together,
Yes,
it
yes.
makes so much sense.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I feel like my family, we were like, let's order, and then
Yes.
we were like, it's gone.
Yeah. Yes.
But there's no like,
I know. And then I probably served on you
Yeah.
because I was there all the time.
Goodness.
Yeah. So then we came up here and it was just like, to the county, we didn't know. We just like basically we didn't know anyone when we came up here. We just opened, right?
Yeah.
And the county, you know, it's a very close knit
Yeah.
community and everything. So when we first came there, we didn't know anyone. And my mom was like, I was like, Mom, should we tell people we're opening? Like, we shouldn't like, she's like, no, we're just going to open. We're just going to open.
Can your mom come on the podcast?
Yes,
She sounds like
I know. I
it.
asked her. I did. I know. And then she's like, no, you just talk. Yeah, I would end up translating. I actually thought about it, but I would end up translating for her most of the time. So we just like, she just opened. And then when we opened, it was just like, it was yeah, we just opened and we're right in front of Wellington on the lake, right?
Oh,
From where all the
okay.
seniors are
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything. So it was really good. We had a full restaurant, but we weren't that busy,
Yeah.
right? Because no one knew us. And in the county, you kind of like, you have to make connections.
Mhm.
I didn't know much about social media then, right? Because I was just like, you know, I just had the baby and everything. So we were kind of, and then I realized I had to learn all that.
Yeah.
Right? I had to learn all that. And I kind of had to learn that I had to be like the spokesperson. So my brother's the cook, right?
Okay.
My brother's the cook. He's from He used to cook at the Marriott in Ottawa.
Okay.
But he came down and he's like the main cook. But he's camera shy, as he always says. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's your mom?
My mom, my brother, my partner,
Okay.
and me and the kids. So right now. And then my sister is, so I have 5 siblings.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
so we
did
have big
did you
family.
all work the restaurant as kids? Yeah.
Yes, except my 2 brothers. Yeah. Because my parents were very, how do I say this? Like Asian family, they had their favorite son. So my
The tech one.
yes, he's their favorite. So Tony, he's in Singapore. He's
Okay.
actually he's a hacker, a white hacker. Yeah, so
Oh.
he's like a
Stop it.
yeah, he's like a
That is
cyber.
so cool.
Yeah, so he works for like he used to work for banks. He works for big companies. So he
Wow.
works for he's working for some community apps and stuff.
Yeah.
So basically, he tries to break into.
Try to find like the loophole.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
Yes. So
That's
why
very cool.
They're actually called white penetration specialists. He's called a white penetration.
That's very
girls.
yeah, aggressive.
I'm like, that
It
sounds like
actually says that.
Sounds like a porn name. Hi, this is white penetration specialist. It's also great because he's Vietnamese. Like it's just
So
problematic all over the place.
So he's the second boy, and he was like, so when I was born, I was the girl when we were poor, right? Because we were in Vietnam, and we came over here, and then he's the second. So when they said that when he was born, he was chubby, he was like a Buddha baby. They got rich, so they always say
He was like, "You're great."
yes. So he's like the Buddha baby. He never worked at the restaurant, so never works at the restaurant, and he's supposed to do my website and all this. And I was actually with him like, Tony, it's not working. It's not working. And he's like, check it now. And I'm just like,
I think I saw your post. You're like, it should be working now.
and I'm like, it's the holidays. And then I had to turn in, we have a WordPress. Because that's not the only thing I know how to use.
That's our website.
our website's WordPress.
It is. Oh my God, because it's so easy.
It's so yeah.
Yeah. And
I
you know
love
what?
it.
I just want to post stuff and
Yeah.
have it on there and change it. And I don't know how to. So you have a WordPress too. That's amazing.
That's the babes is the word.
Yeah.
It's coming up where
It's like 98% there.
Yeah, we're almost
I just
Okay.
have to like fine tune it.
yeah, no. So, and
I've
it's-
been working on it for months, and then I'm just kind of like, oh, I just need to like really
yes.
put the time into it.
We
It's
both
the
are
time. It's
easily
hard, right?
distracted.
Yeah.
I
Because this
know.
is your side hustle, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have
Right?
like full-time jobs outside of
Yeah.
this. So it's
Yeah. And then you have your families and everything.
Yeah.
Right. So
Exactly.
No, not easy. And you know, it's like you want to do it, but that's hard.
But it's
Yeah.
like, oh,
I just
do
wanna,
really
like-
wanna look at a screen.
I
Yeah.
know.
we look at a screen all day and then we look at it a little bit more.
I know. So yeah, so then that's the second one, and then I have another brother who's an engineer, and then my Tim is the cook, right? He went to George Brown College.
Oh, nice.
So he was at the Marriott. So before it was my dad, my mom, all of us. When we moved the restaurant up here, it was basically my brother, my mom. He came down. He was working at the Marriott, and he moved here with his wife, and so now he's taking over everything. And he learned from my dad and everything like that. So
it's the same taste, same flavors.
But he's like, at the same time, it's different for him too. Because what's cool about my brother is like, he's very Japanese influenced.
Oh.
So that's why he has like different dishes.
Yeah.
So he does the chicken balls, right?
Yeah.
Like he does like the classic chicken balls and all that stuff. But then he does desserts. He's been doing all like kind of different stuff. So my mom is retiring. So she says, yeah, she's supposed to
Can we? Is it okay if I suppose your mom had a stroke like a year ago.
Yes.
And then she right back into the, like that was her therapy.
Yes.
That like brought tears. I just love that was her therapy. She was like, I got to go back.
No, it was so crazy because that was during COVID.
Yeah.
So it was, we moved the restaurant up here. We went to Vietnam. Like that was her whole plan was to work and then in the winter go back to Vietnam.
Yeah.
Like this was her retirement kind of like restaurant life, right? And then she unexpectedly had a stroke. It was 2019 when she had the stroke. It was,
Oh goodness, like right before COVID.
Yeah, right before COVID. It was crazy. And she had a massive stroke.
Oh.
And it's hard because she's a workaholic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and at that time we're like, she actually went to work that day and So, and we noticed the symptoms, right? And then we were like, my partner drove her to the hospital right away. She went to Picton Hospital and then they took her home. Well, they sent her home. They were wonderful there, but they thought it was just like a one-time thing. And then a week after, she had a massive stroke. Yeah. And she almost died. And it was like crazy.
Oh my gosh.
She lost her left side, feeling everything of the left side to her body. And then at that time, like I even get like, oh, it's hard too.
Yeah.
Right? And I just remember the phone call, and it was just like, they're like, it was, your mom had a stroke at 10 and 10. And I called her before she was supposed to be discharged, and I was going to go pick her up. So it was so weird. And at that time, she had the stroke. The doctor called me, and then I was like, oh, can I go see her? And I went and saw her, and it's hard to see your parent. And when I saw her, she couldn't move half her body and everything. And the weird thing was like, she told me she remembered like right before it happened, she was in the emergency room. It was really weird. But then she saw someone wrapped a red cord around her arm. It gives me shivers when I hear, like a red cord around her arm. And then she had the stroke. She said it was so weird.
Well, she was probably in the best possible place, you'd think, right?
Yes. So, and then everyone came. And then at that time, it was like, so we stopped the restaurant. And then we were just like, oh, we didn't know what to do, right? And then I had my second then. I had another baby a year after, and he was 6 months. Yeah. And then when we came in, we were just like, so every day I would come in, and there was only one person allowed at the time. So it was so hard. So my siblings, my brother came over from Vietnam. My dad couldn't see her because he couldn't fly over during that time. And then they could just, we just FaceTimed her. And she was in there, so I would go and see her every day. But it was so hard because it was so sad not being able to see her. It was, and then so I would go and see her every day, and it was she slowly like it took time, but even when she was like that, 2 weeks in, she's like, you got to open the restaurant.
She's like, leave me alone. Go open the restaurant.
Yeah. She was like, and then she was like whispering, I'd be sitting with her, just hanging out with her. And she's like, Phuong, you got to open the restaurant. And I was like, Mom, you can't think about this now. Like, what's wrong with you?
I just want to meet this woman. Go open the restaurant. I know. Why are you here?
No, and she's like, Phuong, the customers need us. And she's like, they're going to forget. I'm like, they're not going to forget about us. And she's like, so you and your brother can do it. You guys can do it. You don't need me. It's very easy. Go open the restaurant. I was just like, just get. And then my brother called me, my brother, the cook, and he's like, Mom wants us to open the restaurant. Like she won't stop talking about it. And I was just like, oh my God. Yeah. And then we couldn't.
So how long did it take to open the restaurant?
I think it was 3 weeks.
Shut up.
2 weeks. And then we had to go back because that's the only thing she wanted, right?
Yeah.
That's the only thing she wanted. So we went back and we did it just us. And we did a small scale. And I explained to everyone, the community was so good. They were so wonderful. Like everyone was so supportive. Everyone was like helpful of us. And that's when we started like cutting our hours, doing all that stuff. And then we opened it and we did it and it was fine. Even though some people were like, oh, that's not as good as your mom's. But, I think they're
fine. Well, we're trying.
Yeah. But then she was in there for maybe a month and then she got discharged. And then when she got discharged, that March, I think she came right back to the restaurant.
Of course she did.
Yeah. She came right back to the restaurant. And then even my aunts, like all the family, they were like, she cannot go, like she shouldn't go back. And then she just came back because she doesn't know what else to do.
Also try and tell her that she's going to make the decision.
And even when she came back, it was so scary, right? Because like I could see her and I could see her trying to do stuff. And and the thing is when she never will say anything's wrong. And I'd be like, Mom, are you okay? She's like, I'm fine. So I'm fine. And then I'll be like, Mom, are you sure? She's like, I'm fine. So she would go back and we would see like she would have such trouble for her left side, right? She would drop things, but she wouldn't tell us, right? Yeah. And then so we try to help her as she can. She would still roll egg rolls, spring rolls. And I actually think we did full on like after that because COVID hit, all that stuff. And COVID was before then, right? Did COVID hit?
COVID was 2020.
March 2020.
2020? Yes,
yeah.
2020. So it was right after. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, so right COVID would have hit right after.
That was right.
When it rains, it pours. You're like 2 kids.
Yes.
Like,
and then it was shut down, right?
Yeah.
That's when everything was shut down too.
So could you even operate when it shut down?
Oh my God. You don't.
Like, I don't even know.
No, you don't even.
Yes, sometimes no.
Yeah.
If you were this, you could. If you were that, you could not.
So during COVID and then the restaurant after that, I think during COVID, that's when we gained all our customers from the county.
Well, I think too, takeout, like people got like comfortable with that.
Yes. And it
system.
was, and we were open.
Yeah.
So they were like, thank you for staying open. Thank you for feeding us.
Mhm.
And that's when we started developing, and that's how we got all our customers. And that's when we kind of like, things started moving. That's when I started doing the social media stuff and I started posting. And I think when my mom had her stroke, that's why I was really honest with everyone. I was just like, okay, this is it, and everyone was really receptive.
Yeah.
And then I realized I was like, okay, when I was in Belleville, do you remember the Belleville restaurant?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like a small, there'd be boxes here. It was like, it was like our living room. Like people would come and they would see my family interacting. We would sit with customers and they'd be our family, right?
Yeah.
But once COVID hit, we were takeout. I'm like, how do you interact with customers? And then I realized we can do that social media.
Yeah.
So it's so cool. I met so many people. I've met like so many moms, like entrepreneurs.
Well, that's
everything.
how, because we had Squiggy on.
Yes.
Like he was like our third or fourth guest, and he was like, "Oh, you have to follow Saigon Wellington." And so I've been like obsessed. I've been like to my partner, I'm like, "So we have to go eat here. They have a restaurant, baby."
Thank you, thank you.
We're pretty obsessed.
Yeah, and I just like. It's the honesty, I think, behind your account. It's just like, I think that's what people, it's like relatable, you know?
Yes. And I think that was the big thing. I was just like, I don't care. Let's just be honest. And that's the thing. Like I went in, I'm like, even with the pictures and stuff, like, cause in the county, like you have like high end stuff.
You're rated. Yes.
And that's why I was like, when we first opened, it was so hard because people were expecting a certain, and people they're like, we want real Chinese food. But do you? I know.
Are you sure?
That's the thing. Our number one seller is chicken balls. It is.
No matter what, when we order like Chinese or we go to Oriental Walk a lot, my mom's always like, get the chicken balls. And I'm like, okay, like I do love them.
I know.
But like,
I know.
I'm like, that's probably not Chinese.
Yeah.
Like, who came up with this?
But what is, right?
Yeah.
That, like when you think about it, and if you kind of look back with all the history of like real, like American Chinese food, that like so much work goes into it, that, right? And so I kind of started like with the social media, what was really cool, I was like, oh my God, like this is like, when I was young, I was like embarrassed, right? That my parents owned a Chinese restaurant because I was like that staple Asian girl, and like sometimes like, I would smell like chicken balls, right? All the time. I'm always like, because I smell like the restaurant, right? But I realized like when I started doing the social media, I started to be really proud of what they do and what my parents and their whole like making chicken balls, like it's really hard to make. Like this type of cooking. Yes, it's not easy. The flour, everything. That's why people don't make Chinese food at home.
This makes sense.
Yes. Have you tried to make Chinese food at home?
No.
Yeah.
I haven't tried to make chicken balls.
Yeah, chicken balls are very like all that kind of food. Right? All that kind of food. I realized like it's like there's like a culture to it. There's a way to do that, and like there's a specialty. And every Chinese restaurant here, they make amazing food, but they do it their own way. Yeah, that's why they have their each like taste, right? So it's just been like. So during COVID, when my mom came back, like my mom, like we worked, it was so good. Yeah, because my mom stayed. She never closed. I wish she would close. She's
like, no, this is fine.
Yeah, she.
Our parents fun. Like,
parents are just like a new. Yeah.
So my
parents
partner
are the same too.
Yeah, we recently moved back to Belleville, so there was like kind of chaos, and we had to move in with my parents all of a sudden. Yeah. Being 27 and moving back in with your parents, with your partner is like...
So I did that. Too.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, you're like... I'm like, you know so much about me now, Mom.
Yes.
Like, you, and then we moved. She has a key to my apartment. Yes. Like, she's there. Aww. She's doing all the things. I'm like, what's up? Like,
my mom just ordered me a Christmas tree.
I love that.
It showed up on my door like this morning. She sent me a picture. She was like, got you a Christmas tree.
Yeah, she got me like Christmas decorations. I'm like, thank you.
See, like that's like my mom too. Like even though I work with you work for your family every day. Like who can say that? Like I work with my brother, I work with my kids, I work with my partner every day.
It's
like,
so different and like
but
it's an experience.
Though.
No, I wouldn't. I love working with my family.
And then when I'm not with my mom, I still call her all the time.
Oh, I call my mom every day. Yeah. What high school did you go to?
So I was I went to Nicholson. Oh, so I was out here. So I went to Nicholson here, and then when so before we were in Trent, I went to St. Paul's.
Okay.
Nicholson, St. Paul's, and then I went to George Vanier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to George Bay. So I grew up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your favorite, like, obviously there's a lot of restaurant memories, but what's your like favorite memory as a kid in Quinte?
In Quinte, in the restaurant?
Or anywhere, just like.
Just the restaurant. Well, I think basically I just working.
Yeah.
Just working. Just meeting everyone, just working at the Belleville restaurant at the Metro Plaza was really good.
Yeah.
You know, like I think there we really met all the Belleville people even say it like they're like, we miss you so much. And I'm like, I miss you too. Cause like we kind of like we had like our staple people that would come in. Like I had like Frank, bless his heart, he passed away, but he would come in and read a book and sit there for like every day and have a large wonton soup and like have a large and Chinese tea and an egg roll. And then we had Gail who would have 2 shots of whiskey and then 2 egg rolls.
Love Gail.
Yeah, every day too.
I feel like you should have a thing called the Gale at the restaurant. You have to come in, take a shot of whiskey, and take your egg rolls.
So after Frank passed away, we actually we put out at his spot like a soup and a tea and everything. Yeah, we did for him. We were really sad. Yeah, when he did. Yeah, so we miss all. It's just the customers. Yeah, they're so good. It's just like knowing.
Well, it does build a community, and I feel like food is such a way to connect people.
Yes. So in the county, now in the county, we have our regulars now too, but it's just different, right?
Yeah.
In a different way. Like, and now it's like through social media, through email, and now I know everyone's names. And then I talk to people the same, but now through like Instagram online. Yeah. Like I talk to people, they'll be like, "Hi, Phuong, I want my usual order." I'm like, "Okay." Like, Nancy, I'll get it for you. And she's like, "Can you do this?" I'm like, "Yes, I can." And I'm like, "How's your daughter? Did she have the baby?" Like, it's just, and like, it's just, and I've met so many friends like Robin. I met like Lindsay, she owns Evergreen Gift Shop, like all these chefs, like, do you know her, Lindsay? Yeah. Oh my God.
The kids clothes?
Yes.
I get so much stuff for Lincoln there.
Same here. And like Cookie Mama, Larissa, so we, in the summer, I had them all over. Like I had them all over finally. And then we just said, and then Pinch Pierogi is Christina.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
good, eh? I know.
Like part of the reason I want to move to the county is just like Belleville has a community, but the county community is so different. Like
and it's small.
Yeah.
I think that's why. Yeah. And I think that's the big, after COVID, like since COVID's like, it's been better. We actually all kind of got together and it was just like, it's really good.
Yeah.
Like no one's really like, everyone's like supportive of each other. Right. I know what you mean. They need that, but maybe it's something that's starting.
It's coming. Yeah. People are trying.
Like tropical blends. I love.
Yeah. And I really like the pop-ups. I feel like that's like getting more.
Side Hustle Market's doing like a really good job of that.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, they are.
And then I think Farmer Market, like all the just connecting with all the business people. And I wish there was more connection. I think there will be with the whole area.
I think it's starting to happen. I like to believe. We're trying to connect everyone.
Totally.
I think everyone that's a good idea. Is though, and it's just a matter of all getting on the same wavelength, and then you just need to have a big like party.
Where were you before?
I was in Peterborough for a bit. Okay. My partner and I were farming, and then we left.
So you were farming too? Oh
I was farming too.
So you do something else?
We will farm again. It's just, but yeah. So we took a break, and
so you need to buy some land.
We need to buy some land.
Yeah,
land is expensive.
It is expensive.
This is what adulting is teaching me.
Yes,
I just got a water bill today. I was like, what?
Where are you guys now?
We're on Ann Street in like an apartment. Okay, like it's a duplex, so we're in the one side. But yeah, I'm like. Had to do all the adulting things. And I was like, this is a trap. No one prepares you.
I know, it's no fun. You're like, so when we came back, we kind of lived like, we moved in with my mom too. And it was like at first, and then we realized, okay, we shouldn't live together.
No, you shouldn't. You should not live with your parents or your in-laws with your partner. No. It's bad news bears.
Yes, I agree.
That's that's big takeaway here.
Yes.
Don't do it.
I know.
No, I did it right after, it was like after my first year of college. I moved back in with my mom for the summer. Oh, no, it was my apartment. It flooded.
Oh, yes.
Twice.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
You had a bad flooding.
I was out of my place for, I think, 2.5 months because they had to rip up all the floor and all the drywall.
So you had to live with
So I had to live with my mom, and it was like, bless her soul. She'd love her to pieces. But I swear to God, I almost lost it.
Oh my God, yes, I know.
Like, no.
I know, because it gets to that point, right? Yeah, I know.
Luckily, my parents traveled a lot when I was like living with them. Yes. So I was like, I'm just a dog sitter staying in this house. It's fine.
So you guys, so you do farming too? Oh,
Yeah, my partner comes from a big farm family, and it reminds me of like things you were saying because she was the farm kid.
Yes.
And she's like, I was always the smelly kid. Like, because you can't get that smell off of you. Like, you just smell like manure no matter. Like, sometimes when mom would, like, I would come home from the farm and she'd be like, you smell like farm. I'm like, it's just my smell now. Like, I don't know.
It's your real working life.
Yeah, and that's my partner, Jeanette, you know, she was so embarrassed by it as a kid because that's like, she just didn't want to be the smelly farm kid.
Yeah.
And then she like embraced it, and now everyone's like, cool, you farm. Like,
I know.
like,
Everyone, that's the smell they actually have for people.
Yeah, they're like, oh, let me spray chicken ball smell. Like, that's what they want. So.
I know. Oh, because when I was young, I think I would sometimes get confused with like my waitressing shirt. Like Nicholson, you have to wear uniforms, right? Yeah. So I had to wear a white shirt waitressing, and then and then sometimes I forget wear my work shirt. And then
you'd be like extra bad. Oh,
I know. It was so embarrassing. But yes.
We grow from it, right? Jeanette will turn to me, like she'll do something and she'll turn to me and she'll go, do not tell your mom. And I'm like,
you tell her everything,
I'm like,
right?
you know, I'm going to tell her. I don't even know.
You can't stop. I know.
I can't stop. She knows
knows
everything.
I know.
It's a thing. Like, you know.
Yeah. My siblings don't tell me anything. Yeah. Because they're like, you'll tell mom.
I'll tell, like, if like my brother and dad have something, like my brother will tell me something and then I'll tell my mom and then my mom will tell my dad. And my brother's like, how did you find out? And he's like, you told Katie. You can't tell Katie. And I'm like, it's family. I didn't know. They used to tell me we had a cone of silence around the family. Yeah. And so they'd go to tell me something and be like, cone of silence. And that meant I couldn't tell anyone outside the cone.
So you're a talker. You're a talker.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't cook or anything. I'm the worst cook. My brother told me that. But he's like, you're good at talking. Yeah. He's like, that's our
gift. And that's the same because Jeanette and I were running the farm together.
Yes.
And she hated doing the customer service.
Yes.
I'd be like, just give me, like, I'll do it. I'll talk to people.
So you're like me.
Yeah.
You be really good in my role at the restaurant.
I love it. You ever need a sub, I'll take a day for you.
Totally. You can hold the babies too.
Oh my gosh.
I just want to hold the baby.
Okay.
We kept looking at each other. We're like, do you think she's going to bring the baby?
Oh, because she's a screamer. She's like,
love it. I love it.
She's calling.
Wait, so is it 2 boys and 1 girl?
2 boys and 1 girl.
Nice,
yeah.
man.
I want 1 more, but my partner's. Yeah. And I'm getting up there too. But yeah, I love big families.
Yeah.
Like I started later because I did school. So so I did school so much. So I kind of did so I'm a nurse practitioner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I saw
Can
you
we
do
talk about
week.
that? Like,
yeah, I saw you do your health professionals week. I love that. It was so good.
So what, you did jazz music
Yes.
and nurse practitioner.
So I'm a jazz pianist. I did that
Holy
first.
crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like,
I don't know either. So when I was in Nicholson, I was like, because we used to do like coffee houses back then, bands, all that stuff. And then I was dating my boyfriend at the time, and he was a big, and then he's like, I was 18. Crazy. And I think because my parents were so strict and they didn't let, I worked at the restaurant and everything. He's like, I'm going to audition to the school to go to jazz school for guitar. And he's like, I'm going to audition school. And of course I wanted to follow him. So I was like, I'm going to audition too.
I'm following you. Oh my
I knew nothing about jazz music, nothing, right? And I learned a jazz song. I took a lesson in Trenton. He was a jazz saxophone player here. Learned how to play this jazz song, and then I auditioned. I got in.
Did the boyfriend get in too?
Got in too.
I was gonna laugh so hard if you did it.
I know, no. So then and then I was just crazy, and then I just went, and then my parents were very upset.
Were they happy when you went to nurse practitioner school?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I did that. I did the music, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
Like it was amazing. It was actually, it's a very good program, and you just play music all the time. Yeah. And and
that sounds like heaven.
It's in the Etobicoke. Do you play music?
Yeah, well, I was in the symphony in Timmins.
Oh my
flute,
God.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're
Sorry, what? How did I not? Did I know this?
Probably not.
You didn't know this? I didn't know that.
No, I didn't.
So you're a flutist. My siblings are flutists. Yes.
It's been a really long time since I've played. But
Like, should we start a band? I can't play an instrument. I don't.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm sure it's like one of those things. It's like riding a bike. You like pick it up and it just kind of comes back to you.
Yes. Do you have one now? Do you have your flute
No.
still? Oh,
I'm gonna get you a flute.
Yes.
I feel like I need to.
You should get her play.
Yeah.
Oh, she can play
You
the
should
intro.
do our intro.
Oh my God.
You're like Lizzo. Like,
Like basic. Yeah. That's like my jam.
Oh my God, that'd be so
Goodness.
cute. You totally should. You should get her.
I should buy myself a flute.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So
No, it was a thing.
You were in the symphony?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's crazy. So yeah, so it was no, you would have loved it. So basically you had little pods like where you would actually go in. They look like little like refrigerators that everyone just like play the music at nighttime. And that's all you did. You just played and like, you just learned. It was amazing. It was like a school, like, and it was
School of Rock.
Yes, it was like a school of rock. And then I took a music business course there and it was amazing. I think I was more interested in that. And then when I got out, I got an internship and then basically I worked in music management. So that was my first job. And I was 21, 22 at the time. And basically I worked for Chris Smith Management. And then we managed like Nelly Furtado, like all these, like all the reggae, everything. And I was his personal assistant. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
Yeah. And then it was crazy. So I used to, and I was like the office girl at the time. Yeah. So it was really nuts. And it was just like, I think I went to the Much Music Awards and we did all that stuff and I had to book like all this.
So how long did you do that for?
So I did that until I was 25. Yeah.
So like a couple of years.
Yeah. So my mom was like, and so at the time,
was she like, get a real job?
So this is where my mom comes in. Okay. Like my mom was so upset because I was working hard for someone else.
Oh no.
And not for the family, right?
Oh, I love that.
Yes, right? It's just like, you're too talented to go and work for someone. And, there she's like, no daughter of mine is working like that for someone else, right? Because I'd be like home for Christmas. I'd have to do phone calls, change flights. It was just, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I think I had the first BlackBerry back at that time. It was like those little.
Did you have a Palm Pilot ever?
No, I just had the BlackBerry and it was like those little thing. And I think I had to book like he'd be in England and have to book him a taxi in England. Like at the time, like it's crazy. Yeah, it was just like what's that? The Devil Wears Prada. Yeah, but it was really good. I met a lot of great people. Like I met, like my best friends. I had like a lot of we did shows, everything. It was so, we went to Detroit. Like they had reggae, hip hop artists. It was
amazing.
It was just a very different kind of life. Yeah,
I feel like that's a really cool experience, especially at that age. Like you're built for it.
Yes, and it was so much fun. Yeah, it was so much fun. And then and I had a headset and like all that stuff.
So fancy.
And then you learn how to multitask and organize and kind of like use a different side.
So you're
of your
still
brain.
using that right now.
Totally. So I kind of do the same thing, but at the restaurant, right?
And like you're in charge of yourself.
Yes.
You're the devil.
Yes, totally.
And it's the baby. Like she's booking your taxi.
The kids are like basically the president. Yeah, totally. So then after that, and then after my parents were like, basically my dad's like, I want you to get a real job. Or my mom's always wanted me to do the restaurant. My dad's wanted us to have choice.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Basically, he's like, I was poor. I wasn't educated. I had to do the restaurant, but I want you to do something else. And if you choose to go back, you can go back. So I went to school.
Wow.
So I went back to school and did nursing.
Yeah.
So I went through St. Lawrence.
Okay.
I got my bachelor. I went to Toronto. I worked at Mount Sinai in the neonatal intensive care unit.
My sister-in-law worked at Mount Sinai.
Really?
She was a ultrasound technician.
Yeah,
there.
that's amazing. So I would have known. So was in the neonatal intensive care unit. So I took care of babies.
Wow.
Yeah.
My mom did maternity.
So
for like 25, probably almost 30 years in Timmins.
In Timmins, I used to maternity. I think I didn't like it as much.
Yeah.
I think it was difficult. I think I liked the intensity. I think of that.
I can see that.
Yeah, and it was. I think I wanted to do sick kids, but then I went work there, and I just I loved it. So it's just basically, and they're like little babies, right? And I just thought it worked really well for my brain. And then I met great people. And then when I decided, it's the night shifts. It's hard, right?
Yeah.
Night shifts. I was like, okay, I got to. So then I went back to school. I did my master's. And then that was when the nurse practitioner program was coming in.
Oh.
Do you know what nurse practitioners do? Do you guys know?
that's like, because can they write scripts and all? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we do
pretty much anything but narcotics.
Yeah. No, we can do narcotics now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we can do narcotics now. So then when I finished it, that's when I was decided to move home. It was 2014. And it was really, it's actually hard to get a nurse practitioner job, which is sad.
Okay.
Yeah. And then to gain the experience. But then one of the family doctors in Trenton, he hired me right out of school.
Wow.
So I was working that serving Trenton.
Yeah.
Trenton, Quinte West. And so I worked there part-time and I did the restaurant. So when I had I was pregnant with the last, I was working 3 days a week. And then I go, and then after I go with all the kids, and and we go to the restaurant. Yes.
Holy crap.
And then, so that's our life. And now Vincent started school this year. And that's why we're only open supper time.
Yeah.
Right. That's why we open. Everyone's like, you open so late at 5 because I have.
You have to go get
other shit going on.
Yeah. So then
You are a rock star.
No.
You are.
No, I'm crazy.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
get that.
It's
Yeah.
the good kind of crazy.
crazy. Yeah.
It's like just keep taking on things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Let's see how much.
I don't know. Because with my family, what's hard is I'm like I'm the front person. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the runner.
I'm the
you're
runner.
the face.
Yeah,
Here we
I'm the
go.
runner and everything. So yeah, that's sorry
Good
guys.
for
It's
you.
so much. Yeah, it's so
No.
much.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah, so
awesome.
much. No, I'm just a little bit. But yeah, my mom, so now we're at the point where my mom's like, okay, like I don't know how long I can keep on doing this for, but I don't know. It's still
You just
still
ride it out. You see what happens.
Yeah, just ride
and
the
you know
wave,
what?
see
I
how it
just let
goes.
life decide.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. I love both, right? It's hard.
Why
It's hard.
choose?
I know.
I don't like
I
choosing.
know. Yeah.
I like
so it's like
options.
if you do the farming, right?
Yeah.
If you do the farming too, it's going to be the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was farming when I first came back and we started the podcast.
Yes.
Yep.
And Jeanette was like, could you do the podcast like bi-weekly? I was like, we already dove in.
Yeah,
Like, I have
yeah.
to do it weekly. Like, I was just like, I turned into a crazy person. So
Yeah, yeah.
This is like a good little break, but I will farm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see? So it's like knowing something new. And I feel like finding other stuff makes you even,
Yeah.
better at what you do. I know
Oh, for
it.
sure.
And less bored, right?
Yeah.
Less bored and like kind of, and it makes me use the other side of my
Yeah.
brain. So
And so with the restaurant, how do people order? Because I want to order and I want to understand.
just send me an email.
Send you an
Me
email.
yes. Or you can text me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. You
So
just send me an
simple.
email. Yes, that's all.
And is the menu online or how
the
do
menu's
the menu's
online. So the menu's online on our website, and
Okay.
my brother said it's up today. But I changed the thumb to WordPress.
Oh, okay.
Going in and changing all that stuff is such a pain.
Such a
On
pain,
social
yeah.
media, it's such a pain. So
Welcome to my life.
Yeah.
so I post. I know. So you just go on the website. The menu's on there. Our specials are on there. We're having a fall night. Like we're having.
I saw that your mom's making pho.
Yes. So.
Oh,
I know
so
people would
good.
want that every day. They're like, "Why isn't it?" Because it's so hard to make.
It's such a process. Like, isn't
time
the
consuming.
the
People do
broth?
have fall
Yeah.
regularly, but it's like, my mom's fall is like kind of special.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow.
it's a process, and
So do you have to like sign up for
Yeah.
the pho night? Okay.
yeah, so we're gonna do pre-orders and stuff like that. So just
I'm
let me-
coming in.
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
making
oh my
that
God,
road
please
trip.
come.
Same.
Or bring for
I'll road trip down
Okay,
and get
because it's
pho.
really, really good. Really,
Yeah.
really good, and it's totally worth it. And just send me a message, and I'll
It's also such a cozy food. Like,
yes, for winter.
Yeah.
Winter. We would do more. We actually, like, some of our customers are like, I have a customer from Toronto, and he actually moved to Toronto. He's like, Phuong, can you let me know when the fall night is? And he'll travel down here. We have customers from Ottawa and Toronto that love our food so much. It's so strange.
that's so.
and
like,
my brother's like, they have Chinese food there. Like, but they like it.
They want you to make more
It's
chicken
different.
balls.
Yeah, I think it's the taste and everything.
Yeah.
So he actually was like, I'm going to come down. I'll rent an Airbnb. I'll stay for your fall night.
Oh, that's so cute.
They're so sweet. They're so
Wow.
sweet.
That is really like, it's
Yeah.
like a whole little community.
Yeah, and like I think with our customers, like we just like they're like our friends, right?
And I think
for
when you
sure.
have those kinds of customers, they understand more, when you are busy and like you can't keep up, you're like, sorry, this happened. And,
Yes.
and it's more understanding. It's when you get those random
I know.
customers and
They're
you're
not
like,
used
what
to
is
it.
this energy you're bringing?
everyone who like orders from us knows us
Yeah.
and knows our story and everything. So they're the sweetest person. Like rarely I get rude customers. Once in a while I
Yeah.
do. And like, but I'm like, they're not from here.
When I was selling, so my partner and I raised lamb pork and water buffalo.
Wow.
And
Water buffalo.
Yeah. They were like a spur of the moment
Yeah,
purchase.
yeah.
But I sold at the Peterborough Market.
Yes.
And I did a Wednesday and Saturday market. And on the Wednesday, a woman came up to me and was like asking me, because we sold Jeanette's sister's beef. And she's
Yeah.
asking me all these beef questions. And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah,
like, I'm trying my best. And she's like, well, I'm going to go buy organic. I was like, okay. And then on a couple Saturdays later, she came up with a friend and she told her friend, like, oh, make sure to ask all these questions. Because I was at the Wednesday market and this girl didn't know anything. And without skipping a beat, I was like, that was me. And she was like, no. I was like, yes, that was me. I was like, you were so rude to me. Like, And she's like, oh. I was like, yeah, I went and asked my sister-in-law all the questions, so I know now.
Oh, see those people?
Yeah. I'm like, you can go away.
It's like the people, they're rude, and then they call you again. It's the same person.
It's like,
right?
guess what? It's me again.
Yes, it's me. And then they don't be rude to me. I remember.
It's like, always remember the rude ones.
Yeah.
It's like, and if you see their face, it's like,
I know. And they always ruin your day.
Yeah. And I'm like, why am I crying?
You're like me too.
Yeah.
I'm too sensitive.
I'm so sensitive. It's a problem.
So will you please come up?
Yeah.
Yes, come up and please. I won't cook for you, but my mom and brother will cook.
I also just want to meet your mom.
Yes. So yes, you can meet my mom too. Yes, I'll tell her because I told her all this. She didn't quite understand what was going on. I was like, Mom, and then she's like, no, you just go. I'm busy, right? She's like,
I'm busy.
Yes. But she is the sweetest person. She is such a
I love it.
So since her stroke, she's like back to normal. Like you wouldn't even think she had a stroke.
Oh my God.
She looks like younger too, which is really strange. But she totally looks younger. You wouldn't even think she had a stroke. I know it's been like a year and a half. It's crazy.
Go her.
Even the doctors were even like, everyone was like, even surprised with her recovery. Because we couldn't do physio or anything because it was COVID. Nothing.
So
I bet you she's just stubborn. Is that bad to say?
No,
she's just like, I'll be fine.
No, she's so stubborn. She's so stubborn. So that's why my brother's just waiting for her to, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, so I'm on your Instagram. So you can follow guys at Saigon Wellington on Instagram.
Yeah. Yes.
Is that the name?
Yes. Saigon Wellington, yes.
And then December 15th.
Yes, it's the fall night. Yes.
Okay.
So let me know if you can come up and if the weather's good, please. Yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely going.
I will take care of all of you guys. Yes.
Is there anything else? Like, I feel like we covered all of our questions.
No, everything.
Like, you are so great. You are such a
hoot. You guys are so good. Yeah,
I think you're so lovely.
Yeah.
Like, I am just like obsessed. I'm like, okay. It's funny because like the other week, I think it was Darren, our sales manager, he emailed like the whole office. He's like, where do we get the best Chinese food in Wellington? I'm like, Saigon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're like,
and it was I think like everybody said Saigon. Everyone who replied to
because
the email.
everyone used to. I think everyone used to eat there all the time.
So
I think they had the number 9 bowls, the vermicelli. Like I think that's a thing in school. I never remember homework. I hated school. I remember people's orders. I don't remember people's names, but I remember people's orders.
That's
I
hilarious.
actually will still remember.
can I ask you a question about Vietnamese food?
Yes, of course.
So when I was in Vietnam, one of the things, it's just like you get your vermicelli, you get like, what is that?
That's so the vermicelli you wrap in the rice.
You wrap it.
Yeah, so it's kind of like the same thing, the vermicelli bowls, but they do separately.
Oh, okay.
So that's like the bum tit nung jang.
Yes. Okay.
But everyone, they eat up the lettuce and the spring rolls and everything. Yeah. Did you have pho? You're vegetarian.
I had vegetarian, so your mom's will be the first time I'm having like.
Oh no.
Why?
Can you?
Yeah, I'm not a vegetarian anymore.
Okay, perfect.
No,
perfect.
I stopped because I was raising animals. I was like, might as well eat. Like,
is your partner still farming?
No, so there's like family. We were living and working with her mom. It didn't go well, so we have come this way.
Yes,
but it'll be better to farm by ourselves. But I was a vegetarian for like environmental and ethical reasons.
Yes.
And then we would raise our animals ethically, and I was eating like Beyond Meat, and I was like, but I don't know where that came from. So shouldn't I just eat what I'm raising?
You need to get a farm. I mean,
that's the dream.
Yeah,
that would be sweet.
Mostly.
They are. And like, there's also programs where you can, if people have farmland, they'll like, there's a website where they'll rent it out. So like, we're keeping our eye on that.
Yeah. So totally. Yeah. No,
I would love to. I farmed in the county. Like when I was in university, that was my summer job. I would farm. And it's just that's where I learned like the community.
And the farming community is so good.
Yeah.
Like I even feel for as even a parent, and like even with the moms, they're so supportive and everything. Like everyone's so great. But farming,
it's
like,
a different,
yeah, it's different. Like I think if that's what you want to go into, you got to really like. And then now as prices drop, you gotta get it.
And my partner knows, like, because she's a sheep shearer, so she goes everywhere, and so she does do a bunch of jobs in the county. So
okay, good,
it's
good.
Fun. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll keep you updated on the farm
I'm excited.
journey.
And what can we please hang out again?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was amazing. It was.
Actually, it was amazing.
And we were both getting pho tomorrow night.
Yes, and you're picking up mine.
I'm picking yours up.
You are my
And she's been so kind, just reaching out to us, making sure we get the pho.
Yeah, so nice.
And I think I'm going to order some egg rolls, too. I need to message her.
I got egg rolls.
Oh, I love egg rolls. So
And I got the pho and then the chicken bowl, rice bowl thing.
oh yeah,
And then the chicken, I think it's her brother's chickens.
the special with the curry mayo.
Yeah.
I want that. I may switch my order up. I don't know how annoying that is.
Just add to it. Just keep
That.
adding. And then you have leftovers.
Yeah. She was so fun.
She was so nice. If you guys have the chance to go to Saigon, tell her we sent you.
Please
And
say hi to the
I was going to say,
children.
she'll be nicer to you, but there's no way.
She's just nice. She brought us a money tree.
Yeah.
It was sick.
Isn't that so freaking cute?
Yeah. And so if you do go,
It's in Wellington.
it's in Wellington. You have to pre-order,
They only take orders by phone or by email.
not on Instagram.
You cannot DM orders.
I DM'd an order. I'm in trouble.
You DM the order, it says no orders via DMs.
I'll email her. And
I want to be a gay mom.
it's chaotic, I think.
No, I know. I just like if somebody doesn't have anybody
Oh,
and they
yeah.
want to they need someone to talk to. I want to be that person for
That's
somebody.
my favorite thing at Pride Parades when it's like mom hugs.
Yeah, I want to be like the mom.
Yeah.
I want to just take care of all the little baby gays.
We do love our baby gays. We had a baby gay. She listens to the pod. Hi, Mariah.
Hi, Mariah.
And we are looking for more sponsors. So if you would like to sponsor us,
We like money.
the pod,
$500.
$500. No, it's
kidding.
not that much.
It is not $500.
We're going to post it on our socials so you can go to the link and check it out. And if you want to talk to us and plan something out, let us know.
We're very reasonably priced.
We're very reasonably priced. We'll help
Not
you.
like
You help
groceries.
us. No, not like groceries. We're probably cheaper than your weekly groceries for a whole month. So it's been real. Happy almost holidays.
What day is it today?
Wednesday.
No, I know the date.
Oh, the
like
14th.
So it's like 10 days until Christmas Eve.
Pretty much.
Oh, I have to finish shopping.
We're not getting any presents. Here,
Fuck.
high five.
Yes.
In other news, my niece cut her own bangs today. Did you see that Snapchat?
No.
Abby.
Did you send it to me?
No, her sister sent it to us. She cut a chunk of bang off.
Oh, wow.
It looks good. I like it. Her mom was just like holding her little curl in her hand. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, Lincoln takes the scissor, because his dad cuts hair, like all his friends' hair. So whenever Lincoln sees scissors, he's like, cut, 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 cut. But he doesn't actually
Oh,
cut.
he just says
holds
it.
them. He just says cut. And I'm like, if you cut your hair, child.
I love that.
Yeah.
Kids are weird.
Yes.
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 They're very, very weird.
Also, thank you to everyone who just supports us and helps us keep this going.
Yeah.
You all rock.
For downloading and listening and following our chaos on social media. And
So chaotic. Merch.
that is a big one.
That's
You-
big. That was on my list.
That's what was on the list. Yeah, so we went to Northern Craft Supply
Co.
in Picton, and we started talking to them about merch, and there are so many good ideas floating around.
And we're going to post options on our socials, and then you have to tell us if you would buy that and if what size, because that's going to help us do our order. And we also have magnets, keychains, and stickers in stock, which I will be putting up on our website tonight, hopefully. I get my shenanigans together.
It's okay if you don't.
We'll see. So please order. Again, this is all helping us. That was great.
I was just like sitting there waiting, and I'm like,
Jeanette liked it.
So
Help us not have to sell our feet pictures by buying our merchandise.
I would appreciate it very much.
I burped too, but it was silent.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all I got.
I'm just so excited for the merch because it is so cute.
It's really cute. I'm excited to show everyone.
Like extra cute.
And Jen from Northern Craft Supply really helped us out with
Make it cute.
something with a logo.
Make it really cute.
So cute. So order. Be a babe. Be a babe and order some Babes of Quinte merch.
Babes supporting babes.
Yes.
We should make one
Yeah.
that says babes supporting babes
I love that.
with the babes of Quinte.
Yeah. Anything else?
Skate Canada.
Oh yeah, that.
This is not like podcast related. I'm just really excited about it. So with all the bullshit that's been happening with Hockey Canada, some good news in the skating world is coming out where in Skate Canada, domestically, if you are a team, regardless of gender, you can compete in the team's like skating thing. So ice dance or, you know, pairs. It doesn't have to be male, female anymore.
It's literally Blades of Glory coming to life.
I love it.
Will Ferrell paved the way. I'm joking.
Anyways, I'm just really excited about it because I think it's going to really take things to another level.
I think so. It's very inclusive.
I love it. I just want to see like two girls just like dancing, like doing ice dance and make it like insane.
Yeah.
Just like
Much
throwing
like
each other in the
Jeanette
air.
and I's Dancing with the Stars.
Completely beautiful.
So good.
I was so proud of you guys.
Thank you.
It was so good.
Thank you. It was fun. Yeah, that is important news. I like that a lot.
Yeah. I was just excited about it.
Yeah. I got nothing else.
No, neither do I.
Our next episode's coming out next Wednesday. It's also a good one, very informative.
It is. It's very, what's that word? It's like relevant to
It's very
today's,
relevant.
like every person's struggle. I think everybody can relate to this one.
Yeah, in
Whether
some way
it's,
or another.
You know, yourself or somebody you know or a family member or whatever.
Yeah.
I think everyone can relate to it. And I think it's a really important, it's a more serious chat. What are you doing, Jeanette?
Jeanette's struggling. I love her.
It's okay.
You don't have to leave.